What's up YouTube? Today is a good day. My brand new supercharger lid from MPI came in, mechanical power, for my 2022 ZL1 1LE Camaro. Right now it's stock lid, it just has cam, lower pulley, exhaust, the basics, but I wanted a little more wine and stuff, so I went ahead and got a new supercharger lid. Let me show you this thing because it's very pretty. It's anodized blue. It's a billet aluminum lid. Pretty light, probably about the same weight as the stock one. I don't remember how much the stock one weighs, but this one's pretty light. It's not heavy. Looks really good. It's a little bit lighter in the actual like bright light. We're gonna get outside. We're gonna throw this thing on. Should take like 30 minutes. The reason I'm doing this, like I said, more supercharger wine, the looks. And then some people say that there might be a slight gain in power, anywhere from like 10 to 25 horsepower. I'm not really expecting any gain. Probably wouldn't really feel 10 horsepower on a 680 wheel horsepower car anyway. But I'm not really expecting any power. I'm not doing it for the power. I'm doing it for the wine. I'm doing it for the supercharger wine, let's be honest. And then that, like I said, that anodized blue is gonna look awesome under the hood. So without further ado, let's get outside and get this thing on. All right, here's the car. I know I haven't really done a video on it yet. I haven't posted in a while, but here's the car, 2022 ZL1 1LE. I traded in my Mustang for this, so I am no longer Mustang Matt. And there's stock supercharger lid. So we're gonna be taking this one off, and we're gonna be getting that aftermarket one on. So for this job, you really don't need anything other than very basic hand tools. It is held on by a bunch of 10mm bolts. You are good with taking these off and putting them back on because they are not torque to yield. The actual supercharger bolts that hold the supercharger itself in are torque to yield, but these are not. So feel free to take these off and reuse them. So let's get wrenching here. Forgot you need a deep socket 10mm because where this wire loom is just held in place, it's got some studs on it, so you'll need a deep 10. And with that, off comes the lid. Here's the stock lid. The new one is about the same weight as this one. A lot of people, what they do on these to try to get some more wine out of it is there's a little plate. You can probably see the little bolt holes there. There's a little metal plate that's on there from the factory, and it's just a sound deadening plate. It doesn't do anything except for make it quieter. Trying to find a spot to set this down. I'm just gonna hold on to it. I don't want to damage it. I'm gonna try to sell it. And a lot of people say when you take the plate off, it makes it whine more. It didn't do anything for me. There was like no increase in sound, but hey, it was a free mod. So I'm literally just gonna do this on my couch. I don't really like, actually, let's see, that was the front. I don't have any other surface that's going to be quite as scratch free as this. So let's clean my hands up. So you have to swap these gaskets over, and make sure, if you're doing this to your car, make sure you don't forget these, because that's going to be a boost leak if you do. You'll see all the little channels. 5 gaskets. The one big one, and then the 4 little ones. Let's get these swapped over real quick. There's these little black things in there that you may or may not be able to see on the camera, but they kind of hold the bolt in place. They keep it from falling out. And like this one, if they're not in there, it's just loose in there. So I'm taking one of the bolts and I'm just pushing all of them out. That's what it looks like. And I'm just putting them in the new lid here. So kind of tough to do one-handed. So they just sit in there just like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and finish moving them over. That way I can get the new lid on the car, and that'll be that. All right, so if you have specifically the MPI lid, I can't speak for any others. These little black things that I mentioned all fit around the edges. However, the 4 middle bolts, it does not fit. The little black piece that just holds the bolts up does not fit in the hole. It is a little bit smaller hole. Probably can't even tell the difference on camera, but it's big enough of a difference to where this doesn't fit. But all of these around the edge fit. All right, that's that. It's ready to go on. Let's go back outside. Okay, so when putting this on, just double check your gaskets beforehand. Make sure that it's not like bunched up anywhere and picked up out of the channel. If that happens, then you risk setting this down on the supercharger and pinching it. You don't want to pinch it, and 1, it'll damage it, 2, it won't seal, obviously. So just don't do that. Double check it, make sure it's sat down in the channel really good. This gasket, this channel is formed pretty well. It fits in there pretty much perfect. So yeah. So I just had a little mini freak out moment when I went to go put these in here and go tighten them down. I was like, oh my God, is my socket gonna fit in there to be able to tighten these? And yeah, look how perfect it fits. Like literally, it's literally perfect. Like it won't even wiggle around. It's just the same exact size. That's insane. You do elect to use power tools to put these back on. Make sure that they don't go down all the way. Make sure you don't put them down all the way with the power tools. Make sure you go real slow, because 2 considerations. These have to be torqued down, and they get torqued down to 89 inch-pounds, which is not a lot. I did the conversion, it's like 7.5 foot-pounds, because my little 3/8 torque wrench is only foot-pounds. So it's 10 Newton meters or 89 foot-pounds. Or I'm sorry, 89 inch-pounds. 7.5 foot-pounds. I set my torque wrench to 8 because half of a foot-pound is not really gonna make a huge difference. I might get some slack in the comments for that statement, but that's my opinion. So if you do use power tools, make sure you don't go all the way down with the bolts. Leave some space, leave them loose. They also have to be torqued in sequence, which means you have to go in a specific order, which I have pulled up on my phone. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. All right, that's that. That is on, and we're gonna get some interior video, see how it sounds. Should be a lot more whine than before. Like I said, it's billet aluminum. It's about the same physical weight as the old one, but it's aluminum, so a lot more of that sound should come through. And it just looks good. A little bit darker blue than the Rapid Blue, but that's okay. Yeah, let's see how she sounds. All right, guys, so this is the test. Hopefully you can hear me over the car. My car is really loud, between the cam and the 2-inch headers and AWE touring with no resonators is loud, but it definitely whines more in the low RPM. I haven't really gotten too far into it because it's 6 o'clock in South Florida and there's a lot of traffic. I'm getting on the highway here, so we might have a little bit of room to get in some of the upper RPMs and test it, but it definitely whines a good amount. My buddy's Viper in front of us, Viper ACR. All right, let's go. throw in some before clips. I have a few that I can probably use. Oh my God, the traffic. I will tell you that there was pretty much no whine before. They whine a little bit stock, like they have a decent whine stock. Once you change out the headers and you get everything flowing a lot more, the whine pretty much goes away. Once we fight through all this crap, may have to wait until later. So I just got gas, and I'm gonna record this part because it's always funny to see people's reactions when I start my car up, just because of how unnecessarily loud it is. This guy just looked at it the whole way. That kid jumped. Yeah, it's always funny. So as I'm recording this, we are en route to a car show.
The same battery, and now you have like literally portable power. Like it's basically like a little mini generator off
and
your
you're
Ego battery.
Gonna get that box into the ACR.
I brought the right car for the fucking job. Like, yeah.
Yep.
That baby is going in here, 100%.
Let's
watch it happen. If I can at least get this shit back here, and then the fan and then the passenger seat.
Yeah, you definitely wouldn't get the whole box in there.
No, the box is definitely staying right here in there.
The fan itself is nowhere near as big as the box.
All right, so how about, do you think this is going to fit in there?
Ooh.
Nah.
I don't think so.
It's going in the seat. See, and that's why you don't bring dates to car shows in May.
Exactly.
Because
then you would have nowhere else to put your fan.
I mean, this is my biggest fan.
Yeah.
Loves Vipers, by the way. Oh. There you go. Look at that. They say Viper's not a daily driver.
It's functional.
So functional.
Definitely functional.
So functional.
Okay, so now that we are a little further west, and by a little further west, I mean a lot of further west in South Florida, I have a little more opportunity to get into some of the upper RPMs, like moderate throttle, and it definitely whines more. It is difficult to hear over the exhaust, just being that it's so loud. I don't know how it's going to sound on video. I don't know if the camera's if the exhaust is going to drown out the GoPro mic, if it's going to pick up more of the high-pitched whine. I really don't know, but you know, coming from my own ears, it definitely whines. You can hear the whine now. You couldn't hear it before. You can hear it now. Get into a little bit. So hopefully you can hear that. Hopefully the mic picks it up good. But yeah, it sounds super freaking cool. Get into a little bit more. Sounds super good. Sounds awesome. That was the most I've gotten into it since on my little drive here. So I'm super happy with it. It was $800 again, MPI lid. I'll put a link in the description down below. Not sponsored or anything, just I like the way it looks, I like the way it sounds. It's kind of hard to gauge that little amount of power by the butt dyno, so if it did add any power, I really don't know. But again, like I said in the beginning, I didn't do it for power. I don't expect to gain any power, but there is little anecdotal evidence of some power gains if you search through the internet. So yeah, give me a subscribe and follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna hopefully do a full review of the car very soon. I have a lot to say about it. There's a lot I love and really not much that I don't love. So hit that subscribe button, like this video, leave a comment, share it with your friends if you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments down below if you plan on swapping the lid on your LT4 car. Have a good one, guys.